Blessed rise. Greetings, everyone, and welcome to Chant Day. Even though no one is online right now, everybody's on a Sunday in bed, hopefully at rest. And hopefully, even though you're maybe alone waking up, you may still have your pets or your friends and your family around you. But you may not have a significant other in the bed with you. Now, in the final days, in these days, two are going to be in the bed, and then one is going to be there. That's how the change is happening to us. So, and that's evident in my mom and my dad were together. They were in the bed, and then now it's just her. So we see that there's a shifting of dynamics when it comes to relationships. There's a shifting of dynamics. And I love that the verse today is coming from 1 John 4:16, and relying on the love of righteousness, what that has for those that rest on that, for those that are long suffering, for those that are sad or brokenhearted. There is that love of the higher power of the Most High that is for I and I. And that love is from God. It's God love. And whoever lives in love, right, lives in God and God in them. So when you see people acting out, God is in them, but they made a choice to ignore it. Blessed greetings of love and tranquility with massive gratitude for the Most High daily. I receive those words. I'm thankful for your words, El Sue. Look out for that box. It's coming in the mail to you. Let me know when you receive it. So we look at the verse today first. I'm kicking off with the verse of the day, and it's 1 John 4:16. Now, I may look tired because I was up on the phone with someone I just was in a good, deep communication with. It was so deep that I went past my bedtime of 7 p.m. and I went past it to 9. We were on the phone for like over an hour. So yeah, my eye is puffy. I've been marinating in this communication with this person, and it was just, I've never had a communication with someone that was so deep, talking about the dynamics of gender, and the dynamics of religiosity, and the dynamics of all of that. And I love that there is somebody out there that has been sent to communicate with me in that way. And I'm thankful for that, like so thankful, because sometimes you do feel alone, and you do feel that feeling of alone may make you sad. However, within that feeling of alone, you have an advocate, because that advocate is isolating you to be alone for a time, so you can garner all the information and the reflective stance on that, to be able to communicate with each other. That's what building a relationship with a higher power is. It's to ensure that your relationships with people that you see are good. So you build that relationship with that one that you don't see. So you're accountable for yourself. You can account for, okay, I'm going to be kind to this person even though they're not to me. I'm going to love them from a distance, right? So I start off with the verse of the day today because it is about righteousness is love. What is God? God is love. God is, when you peel back the onion from the label of God, you get love, you get righteousness. So when people talk about God, but they're doing something opposite, it's confusion. What Jonah talks about in the book of Jonah, talking, hand me that scripture that Jonah talks about. People don't know their left from their right. They don't know wrong from right. They're going about their life in these ways. So I love the fact that we can commune together on this channel in this way. Jonah chapter 4 verse 11, because there was a city called Nineveh, and that city people were doing a bunch of wrongness, and Jonah was upset, like, get rid of them already. And because they can't tell their right from their wrong, they're like, and it's like they're animals. So when you see that, there is this ideology of, okay, we don't have to, it doesn't matter if we're doing wrong. When people talk about ignorance is bliss, it's like you're in this space of you don't have accountability. You need to be accountable to someone, something you're going to be one day. So look on top of it, behind the seat of the toilet. I forget to put one in there. Oops. So the verse today kicks it off for us. The verse kicks it off, right? And so I know and rely, I don't want to use the word rely because it got lie in there, but we rest on the love God has for I. Rest on that, like stay in that space. We know now, and so we know, and rest on the love that the Most High has for I. God is love. Period. End of story. God is love. And what is God? God is righteousness, mercy, compassion, long suffering, right? Forgiveness. All of these things are what God is. And whoever lives in love, all right, lives in God and God in them. So live in love with that righteousness. It doesn't have to be a person physically that you are in love with, right? And that's good that you may be. However, you want to be in love with that is higher than that person, so that that person is okay. That the love you have for that person is going to be okay. Once you love the higher power, the source of that love, you are not able to be in love with anyone without the first knowledge of that love that comes from a higher place. How can you love anyone without that first being loved? So it's because of the Most High that you are able to love someone. You're able to be in the bed with someone on a Sunday in the rise, loving them, touching them, feeling on them, being present with them in that moment. The reason that's happening is because of the love of the Most High. So is that love of the Most High in that bed with you all? Or is it lust that's leading the way? So you have to realize that longevity is going to be something that's going to happen once that love, both people are looking at the Most High as first and foremost. So when one person is and the other isn't, there's going to be disagreements. There's going to be there's going to be discord. And in that discord, that one person may pull away. And then what ends up happening is that the two separate, and the two are not coming together in a oneness with that love that is from the Most High. They're coming together in the love for each other themselves and their own understanding of that love. And that's going to be dangerous, because people get into feelings. They get very violent and angry with those feelings, and err on the side of destroying someone because they don't love them anymore or they don't want them anymore. When in fact, that love of the Most High doesn't fail and go away. It's always there. Okay? And I know that for a fact. I know that for a fact. So living it and experiencing it, that's why I'm on this channel, to share it. Maybe somebody might be listening that says, you know what? That makes sense. I'm going to err on the side of kindness. I'm not going to retaliate. I'm not going to hate. I'm not going to discriminate. I'm going to err on the side of kindness, because that is longevity, that is sustaining me, that is going to keep me from going into a place of no return. Because once you argue and you curse somebody out, you can't take those words back. They're there. They're going to follow you wherever you go, and they're going to return to you tenfold. So it's best that you stay in the interests of your kindness, so that you are protected. I feel protected, that I'm in a safe place, right? I'm isolated from the noise. I'm isolated from the confusion. I'm isolated from the dysfunction. And I'm in my space that I have created. And I am going to say who comes into that space or who doesn't, right? I have that final choice. We all have choices, and sometimes we make choices based on lust, based on feelings, based on our own selfish desires, and end up not in a good place, because we're being led by that is not of God. Remember, God is, I don't want to use the word spirit. God is a iris. God is a righteousness that is all around us, and it's moving as the wind. Righteousness and love of God. God is moving as a wind, as a mist. Okay? And as we rise, we are being given the breath of life to make a choice. We have free will. Free will is a serious thing. We were given that because of the love that the Most High has. Like, you're free. I'm going to give you that free will to make free choices. And I will know that you're going to make the right choice and come unto this righteousness that is of God. Lord Jesus, however you want to frame that. That's your business. Your personal business is who you worship, who you adore, right? We get married and we make it a big public scene to let everyone know this is the person we adore, this is the person we are going to spend the rest of our lives with, and this is a person that God has brought together that no one put asunder, right? We get that. However, who do you adore? Who is the source of all that? Who's the source of bringing people together in love and marriage? That source is love itself. And that love is from a higher place that is above, not the love that's commercialized in this world, but a love that is in a higher place that you have to seek high to get to it. You got to leave whatever is here and you got to seek to it. You don't have to leave your body. You don't have to die to see God or be one with that righteousness. You can be one with that while you are here on this earth, alive and living. Don't be fooled. Okay? They can fool some people sometime, but you can't fool all the people all the time. And I met someone and spoke to her and realized that you can't fool all the people. You can fool some, but you can't fool all. And this person I spoke to can't be fooled because they have that ideology of free choice, free will. And as a woman and as a female energy, that female energy has been oppressed by the patriarchal society. And now I've met someone who actually can see that as well. And it's like, whoa, whoa. I love it. I love that the Most High is going to place in my path folks and individuals who have that like-mindedness. And remember, I said that in the Psalm yesterday, like-minded, being around folks that have that same mindset, that like-mindedness, to be able to have a dialogue and a communication that is uplifting, that is going to make you weep for joy. And that's how I felt listening to this woman on the phone first night. I wanted to weep for joy. And I'm giving thanks today for her that the Most High have sent her into my pathway. Our journeys have come now to a path to have crossed over to each other. Okay? And we're not talking about relationship and you're mine and I'm yours. It's about something deeper than that. That I've always sought for in someone. A deep communication where we can have a deeper dialogue than just the flesh. You're sexy. You're beautiful. Oh, I love your legs and your butt. You got a nice bottom and you got a nice face and you're physically beautiful. Your shoulders, you're just sexy, right? What happens with all of that after that is finished? What are you going to talk about next? So you have to have a foundation that's deeper than just the lust of a flesh, because flesh is it's not forever. I saw my dad's flesh on the ground and he wasn't alive. So I look at that as it's very fleeting. We are very fragile beings. Fragile. We are very fragile beings and we have to take care of our beings. We have to take care of our bodies. We have to get good rest. We have to, if we're drinking alcohol, that's fine. I don't judge folks. I had a watermelon margarita yesterday. And that, when you do that and you ingest that, you have one, then you have two, then you have three, then you have four, then you have five, then you have 6 shots, and you're just shot. That alcohol tears your body down. It tears your mind down because research has shown the brain of someone who is not drinking alcohol compared to the brain of someone who is. And the brain matter with someone who drinks alcohol all the time, the brain matter is slowly disappearing. So that's why when I have a glass of wine, for example, I am ready to go to sleep. 1 glass and I'm sleeping. So in my 20s, yes, I drank heavily. and probably in my 30s. But now that I'm up there, everything is in moderation. It's in moderation, okay? And that moderation gives you balance. So you're not waking up hungover, or you're not waking up with a alcoholic stomach. People who drink alcohol, their stomachs are, up here. You can see, let me show you. Their stomachs are up here. People who don't drink, they don't have that stomach right here on them. Okay. I have a little pouch here. I'm trying to work on that every day. But it's important that we realize how important that love is, loving ourselves and loving who we are, loving our temple as a sacred space where God dwells. Because according to the verse, God is inside of I and I, lives in there. So we want to create a place for that righteousness that's good. So we want to eat our greens. We want to drink our kale smoothies. I have one right there I made. I'm going to drink that after my hot tea. You want to have hot tea in the rise that is hot, right? That you can drink with a lemon in it. These are examples, everyone, of how you love God, by loving yourself, by ingesting into yourself the goodness. I can't even sit and watch a movie where a woman is being beaten up or dragged down a hill or something happen. I can't. I have to turn it off. Violence, people play violent video games and and kill, and that's fine if people want to do that. I'm not judging anyone that does that. All I'm talking about is give yourself time to embody all that is Christ: righteousness, goodness, mercy, love, long suffering, compassion, grace, forgiveness, love. Give yourself that, right? And you will see the outcome in your life is going to be completely different. You're not going to have struggles anymore with bills, okay? You're not going to be struggling with your relationships, okay? You're not going to be struggling with your job and feeling like you're not valued. You're going to have a sense of accomplishment and a sense of, you know what, I'm building something. I'm building generational wealth. So whoever you're with, that's what it should be about. That's what it should be about. And when we find ourselves in challenging situations, we put ourselves there. Nobody is to blame but ourselves. We put ourselves in these situations, honestly. Okay, we feel the way we feel, and we feel the way we feel because we make choices, and then the choices we make end up, this is what we're feeling because of the choices we make. So when you make a choice, make that choice with righteousness as the lead. Let that take the lead. Okay, is this a right choice? Is this choice I'm making right for myself and for anyone else that is my choice is going to impact? Is this choice I'm making? And that's how you lead with righteousness. You putting God first is asking yourself these questions before you make a choice. Is sleeping with this man, and I'm married, is sleeping with this man going to be the right thing to do? that's going to benefit me and my husband? Or do I go and cheat on my husband and sleep with this man? So when asking, when leading, when putting God first, this is what the questions need to be. Okay? When putting God first. So the choice that I made to, for example, this is a true example. The example I gave with the husband and the wife, that's another example, and that I've not been in that kind of situation. So actually, to think about it, yes, I have been in that. I have made choices like that, and because I didn't put God first in the choice, I was led by my own desires. I was 20, and this is what happened. However, when we look at the choices, being led by the choice to do the right thing is being guided by that righteousness. So I'm glad that I could find that. Hey, come here. Come here. Respect. Come here. Stop it. It's barking. Stop all that. Okay, so another example is making the choice to come to a job, for example. Whenever that happens, I always lead with righteousness, and I always ask if this is the choice, if this is the right choice to make, in terms of how it's going to affect everyone in my life. He's got to go to get a bath. Stop the barking, okay? Stop that one. I'm doing my psalm. Stop it. Yeah, he's got to go get to the groomers. Anyway, and in that choice that I made, I heard the Most High. I have you wherever you go. So other people may not agree with the choice, that the choices that I make, but I am making these choices based on being led by the Most High. So I always refer to that before I make a choice. Okay. I made a choice to, for example, in a couple days, not a couple days, but next, not this Friday coming, but next Friday, I'm going on a trip. I made a choice to do that, to go on a trip for 3 days, right? On a trip for 3 nights. It's actually 3 nights. One Friday night, Saturday night, and Sunday night. And these 3 nights of self-care and loving myself and treating myself to a vacation, a little mini vacay, and being a angel woman. I don't say a single woman, but an angel. I'm an angel. Take the sin out. Being an angel woman, it's important to have those moments of just pampering yourself, just taking care of yourself. I have a spa package, and this spa package, I'm gonna get, a facial, massage, my feet, my nails done, all of it. Yeah, all of it going to be done on that Saturday. And so I'm looking forward to having that moment. And I want to have boundaries. Boundaries are good because boundaries keeps you in control. It keeps you in control of yourself. So my boundaries is I don't want to cry. I don't want to be sad during my 3 days, my 3 nights of comfort and relaxation. I want to be free of drama and free of confusion. And I just want to relax and have a good time. So I'll go live, and share with y'all some little snippets of my 3 nights that I'm going to be having Friday night, Saturday night, Sunday night. And I'm looking forward to it because I'm not going to get disappointed and expect anything from anyone. I expect from myself self-worth and valuing myself. I expect to do that. So as I jump off with the verse today, I wanted to start off with that. 1 John 4:16, because it defines what God is. God is love. God has that love for I, and we need to rest on that love. And that's what I'm going to do for my little vacay, is rest in that love. I don't have to get up early. I mean, I'm going to, obviously I get up and chant my psalm. I have to do that. But in terms of having to, be obligated to somebody else or something else, I'm obligated to myself. And this is what I'm going to want this. I may not get up in the morning. I may, after my psalm, I may go right back into bed. So having those times and moments are important. So yeah, God is love. God is an abundance of love. And starting off with that is where I wanted to go today. I also looked at the word today. So we're going to jump off from the verse of the day to the word of the day. And the word of the day is that all things work together for good in my life. I am blessed. I love that. So all things work together for good in my life. This reminds me of Romans 8, verse 28. All things are working together for my good. So I love that the word is blessed because I use that word. I even had a dog named Bless. I had 2 dogs actually named Bless. I had my one dog, a little white Chihuahua, looked like a little baby deer. Okay. And I named him Bless. And then my partner at the time, her dog had puppies, and one of the puppies was named Bless. So bless is a very powerful, and as you see, my shirt has the word bless. Bless is to feel great sense of happiness and enjoyment. So are you blessed? Yes, receive it. So bless, defining bless, it's on my shirt. To feel great, let me put it down here. To feel great sense of happiness and enjoyment. Blessed. So when I pick up the phone, I don't use the word hello. I use the word blessed, greetings. So bless is a powerful word, and there's songs about it. I am blessed. And when someone asks me how I'm feeling, I may smile and simply respond, I'm blessed. I may have bills to pay, okay, maybe a few aches and pains, but the natural painkiller healing oil is going to handle that. aches and pains. So place your order. Some of you are getting some in the mail coming soon. Rub it on you. You're going to be like, hallelujah. Where did she make this from? It's divine. Believe me, it's divine. You all get to be the first ones to get to try this natural painkiller healing oil. It's a natural painkiller. It's not a medicine. You pop a pill or you get an injection. No, this is rubbing on you. The smell of it goes into your heights of your temples. You can even rub it right here, and it's just powerful, y'all. Powerful. So I look at folks who inspire me, entrepreneurs, women who inspire me. Judy from New Orleans, who has the Kaleidoscope business. She's a multimillionaire with her products now. I even have some of her products. So it can happen. It can happen where you can become your dreams. You can become your goals and your ambitions. Once you are leaning on the side of kindness and leaning on the side of goodness and love and righteousness, being good to people, treating people the way you want to be treated now. Okay? That's how you achieve these milestones in your life. Okay? So I know I remain aware that I am an expression of love. And that is what God is, right? I'm an expression of that. I know wherever I am, whatever I am doing, love, righteousness, and all that is God can never be further away than my next thought. So my next thought is the Most High. My next thought is, how am I going to create this painting with the Most High in mind, right? Everything I do, everything that comes out of my mind is with the Most High in mind, pleasing that. We can't please people. We're going to be disappointed. We can't please people. We can please our creator, the maker of the universe, the heaven and the earth. This is the natural. This is this is liquid gold, y'all. This is it here. You can see on the bottom, you got that natural painkiller right there. Look at the seeds. You see the seeds? Powerful. Okay. So as an entrepreneur, yes, I'm going to be on Good Morning America one day. I'm putting it out there into existence because it's the truth. That woman from the 9th Ward or the 7th Ward in New Orleans, okay, Judy, I forgot her actual real name, but she's called Judy. And let me find her. Okay. Yep. Jessica Judy Depart. She has a multi-million-dollar black hair care brand. She's a founder and CEO of Kaleidoscope. So I'm the founder and CEO of the natural painkiller healing oils. Okay. And just like her, coming from this place, you wouldn't think somebody would come from to be a multimillionaire. She came. Nobody would think a little person like me, and not a little person, but a black girl from the Caribbean, from a tiny island called the Virgin Islands. And the tiniest one of them now, St. John, because there's 3. There's St. Croix, St. Thomas, St. John. I am from St. John, the tiniest one, that's doing big things. That's doing big things. So Kaleidoscope, shout out to Judy. And she is the wife of the Brat. The Brat, who is a rap star. They both got married. They have a child together. Okay, the Brat was pregnant and had a baby. So when we look at entrepreneurship, putting God first is the way to go. Treating each other righteous is the way to go. That's how you're going to be fruitful and multiply. Okay, you're going to be fruitful and multiply. So we kicked off with this word today, blessed. And I know wherever I go, wherever I am, God can never be further away than my next thought. When I get on that plane and I am flying away to my little mini vacay, I'm asking that righteousness of God guide the pilot to the destination safely, and everyone else who's out there journeying. While I may not know about challenging events that are blessed, I will likely feel blessed when I respond from an awareness of righteousness's guiding force, that loving presence within. So rather than reacting anxiously, cursing people out, calling them and leaving cursing voicemails out, I proceed calmly and with assurance, trusting divine order and not making excuses that I'm young and dumb. That's why I'm cursing you out. I'm not mature. Get mature. Find Christ. Find who Jesus is and was. Find out that. Would Jesus call somebody up on the phone and curse them out? No, he would not, because Jesus wasn't about I own you and you belong to me and you're my woman or you're my man and you better not talk to that person or that person. You better not talk to that person. You better not go call that person. You can't control folks. People are going to do what they want to do. You can't control anyone. So while I may not believe challenging events are blessing, I will likely feel blessed when I respond to these challenging events from an awareness of righteousness, guiding, of Jesus, of the Most High, of God, of the omnipresent Jehovah over I. Jah is over I. So I am going to respond to you with that in my mind. Right? That's my next thought is God. How am I going to respond to this in a good way? What would Jesus do? Right? So I know that loving presence is within I. And rather than reacting anxiously, I proceed calmly and with assurance, trusting divine order now, knowing that I am blessed. And I'm a child of righteousness, so I don't have to curse you out, right? I'm a child of righteousness. I radiate faith and that I communicate with righteousness to help others recognize the blessed in their own lives. So that's what I did when someone called me and left a cursing voicemail. I radiated faith and I communed with God. I commune with righteousness. That righteousness will help that person recognize the blessed in their own lives, and they wouldn't have to curse anybody out or try to control their partner or their relationship with their partner. They wouldn't try to control that. They would just let it flow, because that's what righteousness is. It's about flowing, letting things flow. When you go off your own understanding, you're going to butt your head up against a wall. And when you butt your head up, you're going to get a headache. And when you get a headache, it's going to affect your whole body. You're going to be in a slum, in a funk. And then you're going to need to take Tylenol. And then when the Tylenol goes in your body, it's going to hurt your body. Yes, it does hurt your body. It impacts your liver. So to avoid all of that, to avoid all of that, let love flow. Let it flow. Just let it be. If you're with someone and they left a relationship and now they're with you, and you may feel they're still in love with the past relationship, or the past relationship is still in love with them, and you're feeling nervous and anxious and sad, and you want to curse the person out that they were with, don't do it. Let it be. Let it flow. Where you are where you're supposed to be. We're all where we're supposed to be. Okay? We're not someplace where we're not supposed to be, unless we're being taught a lesson and we're there to learn a lesson and then get out. But we are where we're supposed to be in the lessons we are learning in this life we are living. So when we look at the word today, blessed, we need to communicate with righteousness and to help others recognize that they are blessed too. Help others recognize that in their own lives. So the word today, blessed, is coming from is being supported rather by Numbers. Numbers chapter 6, verse 24 to 26. And it reads, "The Lord bless and keep you. The Lord make his face to shine upon you and be gracious to you. The Lord lift up his countenance upon you and give you peace." Now, I didn't translate that, but let's translate Numbers 6, 24 to 26. Righteousness, bless and keep. Goodness and mercy and love and kindness, that is the Lord, that is God, bless and keep I and I. Righteousness's face will shine on I and be gracious to I and I. Righteousness, mercy, love, kindness, long suffering, forgiveness lifts up a countenance upon I and I. And what is countenance? Let's look that up. A person's face or facial expression. That's countenance. A person's face or facial expression. So that face and facial expression of righteousness, mercy, goodness, and love is going to be upon I and I. I receive it. And will give you tranquility, as Elsu mentioned here in her greeting, right? Greetings of love and tranquility. That's what peace is. But I translate the word peace and I go deeper. Okay, because peace has been used in the grave, in the cemetery, rest in peace. So instead of using that word because it's being designated for something that's dead, I will revive it with the word tranquility. Thank you, Elsu, for that word. Tranquility is that harmonic pattern that is defined as peace. But peace is also defined as the diploma you get in the cemetery. So we want one word, one sound. That is going to lift us up into creation. And remember, I talked about seeking for what's above, not for what's below. So we look at that in that way because this channel is about translating the psalm into words of upliftment. And we even haven't gotten to the psalm yet. We jumped off with the verse of the day that came out of 1 John 4:16 about love. And then we went to blessed, that is the word today. And now the psalm today is 24 and 79. So I put in the description both Psalms, 79 and 24. And 79 is a question, how long? How long is things going to be this way? How long are, we going to have war and we're going to have, people dying from war? How long is these things going to be? And I read Psalm 79 back in September 6th or something. So I'm just going through it like this now. But Psalm 79 is a question, how long? And um, it's 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 asking a question, how long, but it's also answering the question that when the bad you do to people is going to come back to you tenfold, or it says sevenfold. Return sevenfold into the lap of ones that taunts and that hate. Only the people of righteousness will give thanks to righteousness for all time to come. So from generation to generation, we're going to recount these bless. Okay, you're going to count them. You're going to count these up all the time from generation to generation. So I love that Psalm 79 has that question of how long, and then Psalm 24 is talking and defining who that king is. Now, we also don't want to leave out that female energy of the queen, because the queen also is part of that. So the king and queen of glory is described in Psalm 24 as the ancient doors, the ancient gates, and that king of glory, that king and queen of glory is going to enter. And that entrance is inside of you. That's what we're talking about. Okay, it's entering inside of you, seeking the face of that righteousness, the one of Jacob. Remember, Jacob had to wait 7 years for Rachel. So we see that righteousness from God is that salvation that is being talked about and such is the generation of those that seek that salvation, who seek that face of the God of Jacob. So you keep looking for that, and it's inside of you. That's what the fullness is. You are looking not outside of yourself for that face, but look in the mirror at that face. That's you. Okay. So we look at Psalm 24 and Psalm 79 today. And I love that that we have these Psalms. So we also have September 15th. We're in the book of Micah. So for those of you who are walking, having a daily walk with the scripture, we're on the book of Micah. There's rebellion in this, there's rebuking, there's reward. We lose the love of years when we hunt after the rapture of moments. So we're going to lose years when we just run after fleeting moments with folks, And Micah talks about this. There's judgment against Samaria and Jerusalem. There's weeping and moaning. Because of the judgment, human plans and God's plans, we see in the book of Micah. Woe to those who plan evil, to those who plot evil on their beds. At morning's light, they carry it out because it is their power to do it. They covet fields and seize them, and houses and take them. They defraud people of their homes, and they rob them of their inheritance. Therefore, the Lord says, I am planning disaster against this people from where you cannot save yourselves. You will no longer walk proudly, for it will be a time of calamity. In that day, people will ridicule you. They will taunt you, and with this mournful song, you are utterly ruined. My people's possessions is divided up. He takes it from me. He assigns our fields to traitors. Therefore, you will have no one in the assembly of the Lord to divide the land by lot. And then we see false prophets. This is for Monday. We're going into Micah chapter 2 and 3 for Monday. and 4 and 5 for Monday. A little girl was in my summer workshop, and her name is Micah. So this is an interesting book in the scripture, the book of Micah. Shave your head in mourning to the children, for the children in whom you delight, for they will go from you into exile. So we see, there's a day of judgment, and this day of judgment, Micah's hometown, Morsheth, was about 25 miles southwest of Jerusalem on the border of Judah and Philistia. Like Amos, Micah was from the country. His occupation is unknown, but Morsheth was a productive agricultural area. So they grew a lot of food during that time. So filling your mind with the things of God takes a deliberate act of the will. Remember I said that? You have free will. It won't happen by accident. Take a brisk walk sometime today, and as you exercise your body, exercise your mind as well with Bible verses, hymns, and thoughts of God. So you need to take a deliberate act. And that's what I talked about earlier, that it's important to be intentional with what you put inside of yourself. And where does your mind focus when you wake up? When you pause from the frantic pace of your day, when you rest at night, okay? Paul urged the Colossians to set your minds on things above. So I mentioned that we have to seek for what's above. When I started this rise, I talked about that, seeking for what's above and not for what's below. What is below is hell. Do you want hell or do you want heaven? So you need to ask yourself these questions. You bring hell to your life when you are seeking for what is below and lusting after folks' flesh, and fornicating, and cheating on your spouse, that sort of things. So we have the daily walk with the Bible. We had the Psalm today, and I wanted to look at Max Lucado's word of the day. Max Lucado, for September 15th, make me strong again. So I like that. Make me strong again. I am sad and tired. Make me strong again. You have vowed. Psalm 119, verse 28. Pain is inevitable, but misery is optional. So we're going to go through pain. That's inevitable. That's going to happen. But being miserable is an option. It's an option. You don't have to be miserable. Okay. And for September 15th, it's very short. It's like, Make Me Strong Again is the title right there. And then we're looking at Psalm 119, verse 28. I am sad and tired. Make me strong again, as you have vowed to do. I love that. Bless. Selah and Selah again. Here ends the psalm for today. Thank you so much for joining Chant Day. I am thankful for this day. I'm thankful for tranquility and the harmonic pattern that is coming together in I and I life. Have a blessed day, everyone. Remember, Chant Day. Remember, seek for what's above. Seek for what's above. My tea is cold. Time to get some more hot water. Have a blessed day, everyone. Chant Day every day. Have a blessed day, everyone.